Hey guys, THUNDERSTUD here, and today we're doing a revisit to Gravekeepers. Now I've chosen to do a revisit to this because of Necro Valley. It eats up a lot of archetypes, it hurts witchcrafters, it kills Infernity, really just throws a wrench in all their plans, so it's worth a revisit. It could make its own little corner of the meta just by countering those big name decks, so we're doing a revisit. Not really too many new cards. The only new card I've worked in is Watchcat. If you control no monsters, special summon this card during the end phase. If this card was special summoned, banish it, and then you get to set one continuous spell. So the only continuous spell we have is Hidden Temples of Necro Valley. Activate only if both Gravekeepers monster and Necro Valley are on the field. Neither player can special summon monsters except Gravekeepers monsters. If either of those two that are required to be on the field are not, it is destroyed. So it's just super oppressive. I'm sure you've faced this card before. That combined with Necro Valley just really shuts down so many decks. It's pure control. So as a pure control deck, we're really focusing on Spy's flip effects to give us whatever we want. And we just have one copies of a bunch of other stuff with my monster cards. That way we're still getting exactly what we want, especially with 3 copies of Throne. So it makes out for super consistent, pretty oppressive starts. The only really thing we can't get to quickly is Necro Valley. And that's why we're running our Priestess. So that way, if we can't have our Necro Valley, we can still have a Priestess on the field. That way we can still use our Spiritualist and our Hidden Temples to pretty much stop any special summon. It's really strong. Bring her out with our Spy or search her with the Throne. Bring her out that way. Works out great. It's just a really oppressive deck. People will just scoop immediately versus Necro Valley, guys. It just stops so many different decks. It's really great stuff. So you always see them floating around. They're never quite gone, these Gravekeepers, but they're never really wrecking it in the meta or super popular either. Still, it's been a while since I played them, and they're definitely worth a revisit. So I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching. Alright, here we are facing a new Colin Kessler, guys. We're going first. If it's Infernities, our boy's gonna have a tough time. So we're using my monster card. Still only start with 1 monster and 2 copies of our Necro Valley. Set our boy, set our Treacherous. It's the only trap we really run, so we want to see it as often as possible. This boy's running Cosmic Cyclone, guys. Sets a monster. Poor boy. We have the Necro Valley once again. Use our Gravekeeper's Guard. That lets us activate our Hidden Temples. Our Trinity is complete, guys. We have the full lockdown. They're absolutely done for. Throws us Wing Creebo. It's a good play for Infernities. It's a good way to survive that first turn. And he normal summons an Archfiend, so this guy is determined to get over Necro Valley. We use our own Treacherous to get rid of his Archfiend. That gets rid of our Temple. So we top deck a Spiritualist. Heart of the Cards was with us the whole way. We finish him off. Poor Infernity, guys. This deck doesn't care about him. Great stuff. Alright, here's a Yami Yugi going second. Looks like 30 cards over there. Using the Charmer Mat. And Spell Specialists. But we're here with his Gravekeepers. No idea what he has. 3 back row set. So we're going to start with a Spy and a Treacherous. We'll show him that we're Gravekeepers. We use our Priestess. This way we have Necro Valley. It's pretty much just a way of searching Necro Valley. So we bring out our Spiritualist. Normal summon our Priestess. That gives us our Hidden Temples of the Necro Valley, which then leads him to double Canadia. First he hits the Spiritualist, then he hits the Priestess, brings out a Canadia, triggers his Prime Monarch. This is a 30 card Monarch deck, guys, so I know exactly what he's trying to do. I chain my Treacherous so he does not have 2 bodies on the field for a tribute, and get used to seeing scoops versus Gravekeepers, because that's all anyone does, guys. Alright, here's the Kiza. We're going first. She's using a nice little simple sleeve and mat combo over there. Pretty cool. So we have our Temple, we have our Necro Valley, and we have a cat But we're gonna just use the cat as a body for our treacherous. We obviously can't use the hidden temples. Don't use the cat's effect because we already have 2 hidden temples, so we're still just waiting to utilize our treacherous, and it is in fact Shiranui. So we hit him with that treacherous, get his graveyard all set up, top deck a monster search at least, finally, go with our spiritualist, straight 2k with our hidden temples of Necro Valley. Now what can he do, guys? He can't do a Squire special summon, he definitely can't do a graveyard special summon. We're just normal summoning regular monsters. He hits us with a floodgate, but guess what? We can use our spiritualist with the floodgated monster. So we use our supernaturalist. Now, we lost our first hidden temple because when we do the fusion, we technically don't have a Gravekeepers monster for an instance, and it destroys. But we had a second one, so that's why I made the play, and we're perfectly fine. The full lock on our boy. Summons a Gozuki, really the only play he could do. Swings into our Watch Cat out of pure rage. Does 100 damage to himself. Now we get another Necro Valley Throne. We're going to go with the Descendant. We have nothing to tribute. We're not really going to tribute our Supernaturalist. But the boy scoops for us anyway. Virtually like all duels versus Gravekeepers end in scoops. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are versus a Yami Merrick with his own archetype. So we're going to bring it to him. He's using a Plasmus and a Dark Magician Sleeve and Mat combo. And Shadow Game. Shadow Game's a fantastic skill for the meta right now. So we're halfway to our lockdown. We have our hidden temples. We have some monsters. And there's the last bit of it, guys. Necro Valley. I had a weird game that glitched the other day. It wasn't this duel, obviously. But it involved this card. And Hulled Life Barrier. Pretty interesting. But anyway, our boy bricks himself. So we're just swinging with regular monsters. Pull a million Necro Valleys. Swing for another 1500. Literally can't do anything. Was through Cosmic Cyclone. People just don't anticipate. It was probably like, it wasn't a Cosmic Cyclone, it was probably like Void Trap Hole, or him just expecting me to engage him more, but you don't need to, especially with this kind of deck. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are versus a new call-in. He better hope that doesn't mean Infernities, because we'll have a Necro Valley just ready and waiting for him. And if he doesn't have an out, it's an immediate scoop, guys. You'd be surprised how many scoops this deck induces. So this boy sets. We top deck that Necro Valley. We're going to use our Watch Cat. Use our Necro Valley. Set a Spy. Use our Temple. Opponent scoops. It's unbelievable. People don't want to play out duels versus Gravekeepers. I don't understand why. But it's very common to scoop. They just see Necro Valley or they see hidden temples and they're like, I have no out for that, and they just scoop. It's weird not seeing Cosmic Cyclone everywhere, but when you still do see it in the deck, those are the people who are usually willing to put up a fight. But other than that, it's either you're losing a slow duel or people are scooping really fast, guys. Gravekeepers are pretty funny. But hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.